Hello, love. Tonight I feel reading a little bit of When We Were Very Young by A. Amen, the Winnie the Pooh writer of fame. They're all very sweet. Corner of the street. Down by the corner of the street where the three roads meet and the feet of the people pass go tweet, tweet, tweet. Who comes tripping round the corner of the street? One pair of shoes which are nurses, one pair of shoes which are Percy's. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Buckingham Palace. They are changing the guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Alice is marrying one of the guard. A soldier's life is terribly hard, says Alice. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. We saw a guard in a sentry box. One of the sergeants looks after their socks, said Alice. They're changing the guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. We looked for the king, but he never came. Well, God take care of him all the same, says Alice. They're changing the guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. They've got great big parties inside the grounds. I wouldn't be a king for £100, said Alice. It's a lot of money back then. They're changing guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. A face looked out, but it wasn't the king's. He's much too busy assigning things, said Alice. They're changing the guard at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin went down with Alice. Do you think the king knows all about me? Sure too, dear, but it's about time for tea, says Alice. Oh. Happiness. John had a great big waterproof... Let me restart that. Happiness. John had great big waterproof boots on. John had a great big waterproof hat. John had a great big waterproof Macintosh. And that, said John, is that. And there's a wonderful picture here. And I do this actually pretty often, almost daily as I go to the university. I always stop at the edge of Tjornen and stare at the ducks in the pond, putting their butts in the air and looking for food. The christening. What shall I call my dear little dormouse? His eyes are small, his tail is enormous. It's written that way. Very punny. I sometimes call him Terrible John, because his tail goes on and on and on. And sometimes I call him Terrible Jack, because his tail goes down to the end of his back. And sometimes I call him Terrible James, because he says he likes me calling him names. But I think I shall call him Jim, because I am so very fond of him. Puppy and I met a man as I went walking. We got talking, man and I. Where do you go? Where are you going to, man? I said to the man as he went by. Down to the village to get some bread. Will you come with me? No, not I. I met a horse as I went walking, and we got talking. Horse and I. Where are you going to, horse, today? I said to the horse as he went by. Down to the village to get some hay. Will you come with me? No, not I. I met a woman as I went walking. We got talking, a woman and I. Where are you going to, woman, so early? I said to the woman as she went by. Down to the village to get some barley. Will you come with me? No, not I. I met some rabbits as I went walking. We got talking, rabbits and I. Where are you going in your brown fur coats? I said to the rabbits as they went by. Down to the village to get some oats. Will you come with us? No, not I. I met a puppy as I went walking. We got talking, puppy and I. Where are you going this fine, nice day? I said to the puppy as he went by. Up the hills to roll and play. I'll come with you, puppy, said I. Oh, a wonderful picture of a guy and a puppy. A little pig and a puppy. Twinkle toes. When the sun shines through the leaves of the apple tree, when the sun makes shadows of the leaves of the apple tree, then I pass on the grass from one leaf to another, from one leaf to its brother. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Here I go. The Four Friends. Ernest was an elephant, a great big fellow. Leonard was a lion with a 6-foot tail. George was a goat, and his beard was yellow. And James was a very, very, very small spaniel. Leonard had a stall, and a great big one. Ernest had a manger, and its walls were thick. George found a pen, but I think it's the wrong kind. And James sat down on a brick. There's a wonderful picture of James the snail on a brick. Oh, it makes me smile. Ernest started trumpeting and cracked his manger. Leonard started roaring and shivered his stall. James gave the huffle of a snail in danger, and nobody heard him at all. Ernest started trumpeting and raising such a rumpus. Leonard started roaring and trying to kick. James went a journey with the goat's new compass, and he reached the end of the brick. Ernest was an elephant and very well intentioned. Leonard was a lion with a brave new tail. George was a goat, as I think I have mentioned, but James was only a snail. Not only a snail. Lines and squares. Whenever I walk in London Street, I'm ever so careful to watch my feet, and I keep in the squares, and the masses of bears, who wait at the corners all ready to eat. The sillies who tread in the lines of the street go back to their lairs. And I say to them bears, just look how I'm walking on all the squares. Goodness, this is like looking into a mirror some days. And the little bears growl to each other, he's mine, as soon as he's silly and steps on a line. And some of the bigger bears try to pretend that they came around the corner to look for a friend. And when you try to pretend that nobody cares, well, you walk in the lines of the squares. But only the sillies believe their talk. It's ever so important how you walk. It's ever so jolly to call out bears, just watch me walking in all the squares. Brownie. In the corner of the bedroom, in a great big curtain, someone lives behind it, but I don't know who. I think it's a brownie, and I'm not quite certain. Nanny isn't certain, too. I looked behind the curtain. But he went so quickly. Brownies never wait to say, how do you do? They wriggle off at once because they're all so tickly. Nanny says they're tickly too. And one last one. Independence. I never did like... Now take that care, dear. I never did want to hold my hand. I never did think much of... Not up there, dear. It's no good saying it. They don't understand. I want one more. A nice one. Ooh, I want to find a nice little short one I can read you. Oh no! I want to... Here we are. Summer afternoon. 6 brown cows walk down to drink. All the little fishes blew bubbles at the mayfly. Splash goes the first as he comes to the brink. Swish go to the tails of the 5 who follow. 12 brown cows been drinking there. All the little fishes went wag-a-tail, wag-a-tail. 6 from the water and 6 from the air. Up and down the river darts a blue-black swallow. I like that one a lot. In the meantime, we'll continue that at another point with nursery chats. Sleep Sam. Sleep well, keep calm, find a llama, carry on. I'm gonna go to bed and get some rest before I go crazy. I love you, Christy. Good night, and I'll see you soon.